Okay. And I am a go.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. We have come together because we want to put together an empowering prayer. And prayer comes in many different ways. And so the four of us are coming together with different ways and uniting that energy together in one big prayer of, and you can use this for yourself, for protection, for bringing that life force within,
Yeah.
and igniting that and really expanding that light for protection. So basically that's what we are here to do tonight, and we will add more to that to let you a deeper understanding of that as we go. But I'm going to leave the floor to someone else if they want to say something about this time.
Okay, I'll go ahead. It came to me how important at this time, through hearing other people, and through readings, that people are unsteady. The energy is unsteady, or I'm not feeling good, or I'm not feeling safe stepping into my power. And so, now's the time that, we need you. And so we decided that, if you didn't know how to do it, this video will help you. And here in a little bit, by the way, if you don't know who I am Karen Elizabeth with Sagehealers on my YouTube. And so, and I'll do my cards. So I went ahead and picked some cards out and decided to do two. And one of the things that came was strengthen. There's several things about this card. One, the fire, which is around it, represents spirituality. So it was amazing to me that spirituality is coming up. And what this card means is you have the strength within yourself. It is in you. And, you have it and you got it. You just got to step forward and be strong. And the other one that came out was love matters. Always remember to try to stay in a space of love. No matter what, stay in a space of love. Everybody has their path. Everybody has their way of walking down their path. It doesn't have to look pretty to anybody else, but, just stay in love. Okay. That's my spiel.
Awesome.
True. Many things happen in our lives, and we can't control those things at times. And we may be feeling off, sensing things that we don't feel the love we used to, our energy levels down or whatever it may be. And one thing I like to do, if I'm feeling off, and one thing is connect with my friends. I'll text one of you two or whatever and figure out what's going on with me. But connect with your feelings, your people, earth, your spirit, your heart and soul. But when things are going off, there's got to be negativity flowing within me. I need to release. Yeah. And what I would do is get centered and call on Archangel Michael, and just say, take it. What doesn't belong to me, take it. And I would think of, envision a black hole in space and send it there. And every single time I get centered within minutes.
Very cool.
You just send it away. And that's what I do to release negativity in my life.
I love that.
Yeah.
Do you want to share your cards?
Oh, I put my cards away.
Oh.
But they were two of coins and divine order. So the Two of Coins is when you're juggling things in life, accept and enjoy.
Mm.
There's always challenges. Go with the flow, accept and enjoy. Divine order is accepting what comes to you in love and light from God, angels, our guides.
Very
Love
nice.
that.
Beautiful. My name is JJ. I'm going to be doing a journey on if you need a little bit of protection, or if you feel like you might have somebody else's energy stuck to you. Maybe you've just picked up something that just doesn't resonate with your energy anymore. I'm going to be journeying, leading a journey to the pillar of light. And when I'm doing that, if you're not closing your eyes and you're watching the four of us, you're going to see me do some weird things because I have a yes and no eye. Sometimes my body moves. If I'm transmuting a lot of energy for people in the group, I'll cough. Sometimes sometimes if it's deeper than that, I'll try to hit mute, but sometimes I might gag a little bit if it's a deep release. That
So
hasn't
you're sensitive
happened.
to that.
That hasn't happened yet on video. Thank you. But I'm a shamanic energy practitioner, and my language I call tuta, which means in the language it means teachers, and there's different ones that come in. And so that's my part in all of this. And I really recommend that when we go to the pillar of light, you can come back here as often as you want to this video, wherever you find it. If anybody shared it with you, share it with others, but you can always come back to this for the information from the four of us and the energy of protection and release from the four of us. And each time you go to the pillar of light, you don't have to follow what I'm saying. If we're doing it for our own physical bodies, clearing and releasing, next time come back and put your house in there, put somebody else's house in there. If you know somebody who's sick and you have their permission, put their energy in there. And so come back daily. And
Yeah.
I picked a card for protection and release, and I got this card. It might be a little difficult to see, but it looks as if, at first I thought it was an animal right here that the person was touching. But I think what it is now is that it's fostering the light within.
Yeah.
Once you go to this pillar of light, your whole body lights up. See how the third eye is lit up in the crown? Once you tap into this pillar of light, your whole light is going to shine through, and all of this other stuff is going to be transmuted and go somewhere else.
I love that.
Do you want to share your cards, Debbie?
Sure, I absolutely do. So, I'm here, I'll be holding space, and I usually get messages that come in throughout the time, but this is more of a time of prayer and bringing in that protection and opening that space. And this is a kind of a, what do you call it? It's living and moving. So whenever this is watched, it's still moving. This energy will continue to move. So keep that in mind. The card that I chose, the card that chose me, that came out of the deck, is Vishnu. And it says God preserver of the celestial realms. So, and it says the life force within us is the same power that created the universe. So really, I love that card that JJ, with the going to that life force within.
Mm-hmm.
And tapping back into that. It's always moving. It's always there. It's never challenged. It's never blocked. It can't be. We have other things happening out in our human experience that can take us away and distract us from that knowledge, but it is always there, always moving. So the life force within us.
Mhm.
So, beautiful. And so what I'll be doing is holding space while we journey along.
What I'll be doing is turning off my microphone. And like JJ said, if you don't close your eyes, you might see her eyeballs, but you'll also see my hands moving. I was also told to make sure that if this energy feels too strong for you, if this energy at any time feels too much for you, just ask your guides out loud to turn it down a little bit. Turn it down a little bit, okay? Really important too to drink lots of water. So.
Okay. Yeah, and then afterwards, you guys can share if you got anything, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go on mute now.
Calling in the 4 directions, asking for all of the help that is appropriate this time for our highest good. Konoshiwa, Yananashiwa Shiwa. Also calling above, Konanashiwa Shiwa, and calling below and all around. Huishiwa Shiwa. If everybody could take a moment and call in their protectors, their ancestors, their spiritual helpers. Call them in closer. Tatuta, kinana, shewa, ka. Calling them in a little bit closer. Patutanana, shewa. Yenana, yiwa, shewa. Take a deep breath in. Releasing your day. Take another deep breath in. Releasing your day. Take a deep breath in. Release your day. Pano titana shewa. Starting at the top of your head. Relax the muscles. Kiwa kinana shewa. Relaxing your eyebrows. Kinana shewa. Relaxing the muscles that help you smile. Kuitana shemao kitana yewa. Relaxing your sinuses. Take a deep breath in. Relaxing. Going to the back of the head where it reaches the neck. Imagine that there's a dial there and you're opening up the dial a little bit, almost as if it's a water spigot. In case this journey gets a little too much, patotana na shewa. We'll open that energy up right there so it can trickle out. If you get an overflow, they're telling me to go back to the eyes. She's very gently reminding you the things that you've seen from the beginning of your time to right now. So many memories. She says to go ahead and release those memories. Just put them aside. You can always pick them up. It's important to not have too many influences during this journey because this is just for you. She's wiping the tears. And just reminding you to relax your eyes in everything you've seen. Going down into your throat area. For me, it feels very tight. So we're going to do this little trick where we take out a filter as if it's a coffee filter. Just give yourself permission. If it's a little bit stuck, that's okay. Just give yourself permission and wiggle your throat like this a little bit. And just imagine you're taking out a filter. dumping it out. Kuinanana shewa, rinsing it in a nice cool spring water. Kuanana shewa, 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 the water of life. Kuanana shewa. Go ahead and place it back in there. Kuinama shewa, kutana yewa. Maye ma shewa, shewa. Relaxing your chest area and connecting with your heart. How does your heart feel today? How does your heart feel right now? Maybe you have some memories in your heart, just like your eyes. Kini no kiwa shewa, some energy that might be there. Kina ma shewa, shewa, shewa. Perhaps there's some protections. Kina na shewa, shewa, shewa. Yena, yena, yena na yewa shewa, kana na na. Just like the eyes, she's recommending that you you can imagine it as if you have a filter, but she's saying it's also she's showing me as if your heart is a sponge and it's soaked up all sorts of different things from the beginning of your time to right now. And they would like to squeeze that and infuse it with the nice cold fresh spring water, the spring water of life. So they're squeezing it in a as gently as a sponge can be squeezed. Kitatana shewa. Imagine yourself putting it in a nice cool basin of water that was just collected. Release it so it has this beautiful vibrational water and place it back in. Konana shewa. You can warm it up a little bit before you put it in if you'd like. Kon shewa. Take a deep breath in and release. And continuing with your relaxation down your arms and each of your fingers. Shewa kina. Connecting with your spine from the very top all the way down to the bottom, seeing this beautiful healing spiral of light. What color is your healing light? Spiraling down each vertebrae, right down to the bottom. Releasing and relaxing. Bringing any cool water in for inflammation. Saying hello to everything in your belly, everything in your torso. Kanana, thank you for doing all of your jobs. Kitana ueshewa, what a beautiful thing the human body is. Kui shewa shewa. Releasing the pelvic floor. Releasing your buttocks. Going down your legs, your kneecaps, your lower legs, your ankles, the top of your feet, and the bottom of your feet. And wiggle your toes. You can see them even though your eyes are closed. Kinana shewa shewa. And then look a little bit further out from your toes with your eyes closed, and you notice kitana ueshewa kinana yewa yewa, that there's a path. Kinana, and you go out a little bit further and a little bit further, and this path lights up. Kinanana shewa shewa. So with curiosity, you take your first step and you feel the ground. What does it feel like and what does it look like? Yenana shewa. Is it dirt? Is it sand? Is it a stone path with moss? Kietito nyanya shewa shewa tinama wa shewa yena taoki yenama shewa. And continuing down the path, kitanana, you come into this opening. And in the opening, kotatanana shewa, you notice kitanama shewa shewa, that there's this beautiful fire, kwanana shewa. And you stand at the edge and you put your hands into the fire, not into the fire, but near the fire to warm your hands, kinana shewa. And you can feel the glow and the warmth all over your body. It's warming up your cheeks. Kinana shewa. You can feel the warmness on your throat. Kunana shiwa kuiwa. And as you stand there, you're thinking about your ancestors. They followed you here and they're in a circle. Kinana shiwa shiwa. Inana yewa shiwa. They're standing shoulder to shoulder with you, your guides. Kinana, your family members. Kinana, your ancestors you may have not met yet. From the beginning of your time to right now. Kunana shiwa kota kitana yewa. Inama shiwa. And as you're standing in this beautiful circle, the four of us will stand in a square outside of you. Kunanana shewa, as pillars of light. Shewa nana yewa ma kiwa shewa. So I can see Karen. Kunana shewa. She has this beautiful light. Kunana shewa. It's going from even below her feet, all the way through her body, all the way through the top of her head. Kunana shewa yema wa yewa. And she's holding that direction for you. Kunana. I see Scott. Kunanana shewa shewa shewa. His energy is a little bit different than the pillar of light. I see him as more of a swirling. Kutatana nana shewa, the swirling energy. Kinana, the kind that picks up stuff, the kind that picks up some debris that somebody may not know that they have. His is also going from right below his feet and all the way up. Hui she nana yewa, kunana shewa. And then I see Debbie, kunana shiwa, kunana yewa, shiwa, kunakita, kunakita. Hinana shewa, yinama shinana yewa. It's almost as if she's standing in different dimensions, holding the space for you. Kiwa, kunanana shewa, yewa, yewa, yewa. And I'm on the other corner holding space for you. Kuishinama yewa, yewa titana shewa. While you're standing by this fire, kinana ishiwa kunanana yewa yewa. This is a special fire. Kinana shewa. You can actually see the flames rising up above your head. You control it. And then you can also bring it straight down to where the fire starts. Kue shewa, shewa. You can bring it, the flames right back up above your head in a safe way. And then you can bring it back down. You control it. Kitanana shewa. And for this journey, we're going to bring it up as high as you feel comfortable. Kushinama wa shewa shewa shewa. And in this fire, kanawi shewa shewa. For protection and release, think of things. Kitanana shewa. What would you like to protect in your life? Kinana shewa. Inama witanana shewa. It would be helpful if we thought about our own physical self, Kitanana shewa, yinana, and the inner light that we have inside of us. Put your hand on your heart. Check in with your inner light, the light that is within us, the life force that is within us. Just check in with your light, and you can ask the spirit of the fire in its most gentle healing way. Kutatanana shewa shewa, kinana yewa kita. Ask it for a gift of light. Kitanana shewa. You can do this as many times as you like. Imagine the fire being placed into your hand and putting it inside your heart, and see if your light gets brighter. And do this over and over until the light in your body is radiating. Kushtato titana shewa yewa. Yinama kinama shewa. You can put the light that it gives you anywhere. Tanana shewa shewa. Yenana, it's like liquid honey. Ka yenana, beautiful warm honey light. Kitana, uinama, kukitana. Bawinana shewa. If you feel like you have any places in your body that you might hold things, like for instance, I'm seeing where your angel wings might be, like tension in your neck, tension in your lower back, tension in the front where maybe your voice feels like you're not being heard. just put some extra there because the light is this beautiful healing light. Kotana Ueshewa. Put it everywhere. Make sure there's no corners of your physical body that are missed. Kinana Shewa Kinama Kiwa. Yinana Shewa. Titana Nana Shewa. And as you stand there doing this near the fire, Kuina Shewa, your ancestors, Kutatana Na Shewa, are also by the fire. They're kneeling down to give something to the fire to release from their ancestral line. Kuetana Shewa, something that doesn't. Kudano Titana Na Shewa, Shenana Kinama. Sometimes the paths change a little bit, the journeys change a little bit. So they're just doing this as an adjustment. So your path is a little bit more clear. And I'm seeing them throwing these intentions in, these ancestral steps and patterns in as sticks. Kitana na na, shenana yewa, kinana shewa, shewa, shewa. We invite everyone, all of the ancestors, to do that part. Kunana shewa, yenana yewa, shewa. And then your ancestors are standing up with their hands up to the heavens. Kinana na na shewa, receiving the medicine from the ones above. Kitana shewa, shewa, yenana shewa. And they're placing the medicine on you. Ka yewa, shewa, 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 yenana yewa, shewa. The medicine goes on you, and it also goes back through your ancestral line and forward through your ancestral line. Kita nana shewa shewa yenao kita. Yena shewa. And look back down at your feet. Hitatata nana shewa. And notice that you're starting to walk backwards a few steps. Kita ye shewa. How does the energy feel when you step out of that circle from your ancestors? Does it feel slightly empty? Kotana e shewa. Step back into the circle of your ancestors. Kitana shewa. Feels a little bit more balanced. Ka yewa shewa. Yenana shewa. Titana yewa. So if it feels better being with your ancestors, just say a little prayer right now to ask them to walk with you. Katatana na na shewa. To be on call. Kananana shewa shewa. To watch your back. Kuitanana shewa. To alert you if there's anything in your space. Kitanana shewa that doesn't belong there. Because we might be distracted. It would be nice for them to step in and help us with their watchful eyes and their kind hearts. Shinana, finish your request and your prayer. Kinana she, kinana she, inana she, kinana, and wiggle your toes. Move your feet around a little bit. Wiggle your fingers. Put your hands on your eyes. Kinana, just gently wipe your eyes. Kitana she, and open your eyes. Watanana shiwa. You can reach back and adjust the volume or the spigot that you have on the back of your neck if you would like to close it up or keep it open. That's your choice.
All of us are changing the energy a little bit. Thank you, JJ.
Bless me, JJ.
Thank you.
as we step back in, some of the messages that came through pretty clearly. There's some of us, some of you who are watching, some of us who are here, that we're so used to being bound up, our hands being bound for so long that we didn't even know that the binds are gone. And within that fire, I just want you to know that I saw a lot of the bindings vanished. But you're not, it's like you don't recognize it. So you continue to do life with your hands bound and not really stepping into that life force, and that you are connected to that life force, which means you are that life force. And so the analogy that they showed to me is, we all know this one, where you walk into a dark room with a little candlelight and how it lights up this big dark room. They want you to visualize this, where you walk into a room and it's just full of light. And you walk in with this little box of dark. It has it has nothing against the light room. It's like it's not even there, right? Because the light is there. So that's how powerful the light is, and how not powerful the dark is. But the illusion is that dark is powerful, dark is scary. I don't have any power against the dark, and that is absolutely an illusion. Know the power of the light. Step into your empowerment of the light. Dark has no power against the light. And that's the message that they brought through.
I like that word, illusion. And the reason I like that word is illusion is because, you know, in this time I was asked to say thank you to my mom, which is that she never, ever allowed us to believe anything but we were connected to spirit. We were always connected to that light. And the illusion that some of us have been raised with is that we are disconnected and that we are not powerful. And that's why I say I love that word illusion, because we are. And, you know, one of the things that I heard is we expect it to be a certain way because we heard it from somebody else. That, and I'm just going to use this as an example. I will never have cool eyes like JJ. I will never do the blinky winky thing. It's just not my thing. But if I measured myself up against JJ, I would put myself down. So one of the things that came out for me was don't measure yourself against anybody else, and understand that it is an illusion. You always have been, and you will always be connected to that light. And so when things are tough and things are rough, you know, if you have to, do what I do. And that's, I literally step outside, touch a tree, you know, get into nature, walk the beach, you know, walk a mountain, do something to connect yourself to nature. Even if you have to put your hand in the ground and dig a hole and put your hand in there and imagine everything that you're holding on to or any negative thing, just giving it back, because our perception is that, you know, what spirit says, and this is even hard for me to choke down, energy is energy. It's what we put into it, whether it's negative or whether it's positive. So what will you feed? If you continue to feed negative and be scared of negative, that's what's going to be brighter. So stay in love. Just like that one card that I pulled, love, stay in love.
And how much power are you going to give that little box?
That little tiny box.
A little box that has no impact into a light room. However, if you take a light into a dark room, the impact is huge. So it's the illusion. And they want you to, that the darkness wants you to believe that it's more powerful than it is.
Yep.
The whole time I just envisioned, like JJ said, bringing your ancestors. Yeah, just feel guides, my loved ones that passed, and grandpas and grandmas I never knew, just coming together to send love and take away whatever may be bad.
Mm.
Just feel that energy. And like Karen said too, everything is energy. You can grab this crystal and it's energy for you. The tree is energy. If it's really cold, you can grab a plant. Just you got a plant in the house.
Well,
Weird.
it's funny that you said that, Scott, because I was picturing you trying to put your hand in the ice cold ground right now. I don't think.
Yeah,
This is true.
not a good idea.
Hmm.
But our minds are our worst enemies and our greatest asset.
Yeah.
It can create misery or it can create greatness.
Yeah.
It's all what we imagine and focus and build upon. And just by doing these kinds of sessions and focusing on the release, the protection, and everything that's available to us will enhance your life. So you're a happier and wiser person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, it was really interesting how I was like, we're going to the pillar of light, and then it turned into a fire. But I really like that idea too, because I don't know about, do you guys have a fireplace in your house?
A fake one.
A fake one? Well, that's perfect too. Like you can even imagine one. And when I took classes in shaman school, you take a stick and you write some words on it on a piece of paper and wrap it around, or you can go as crazy creative as you want. But you take that stick and you can have a stick that has something you want to release or something you want to call in. And I love the idea of because you can even do this with a candle in a safe way. You could, like, for instance, I have the Palo Santo. It would be kind of fun to like write something on it, and burn it. Or people do it with bay leaves. You can write something on it and burn the bay leaf.
Just burn down your state, please. Don't burn down your state.
yeah, don't do a forest fire. But
You'd be
but
careful.
thinking of forest fires, I'm like, that, that's a lot of releasing too. But just taking those times to like really sit with the nature of fire or a flame or the ground, because you can bury things as well. Just taking those moments to really connect with the spirit of nature, like the spirit of the ground, just all of the energy that's around you, because everything's there to help. And just having that quiet little moment is really important.
Yes.
Hmm.
Wow, that was really intense.
So
I haven't felt my heart this much in a long time.
Aw.
You feel the beats,
we actually are sitting in quiet, so quiet that you can feel your heart beating. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So as we all move on from this space, and everybody here in the community that's watching, as you go back into your space, please take with you the knowledge and the empowerment of the light within you. Love and light to all of you.
The end.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.